Good morning, everyone. I am Olson Regis, career coach at SCC. Today, it's a pleasure to be with you for our networking cafe. Now, I'm going to introduce my coworker, Athena.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Athena Mitchell, one of the job coaches here at SCC. Thank you for being here today. We like to pass it along to everybody so everybody could introduce themselves. So I'll pass it along to Jessie.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jessie McLaughlin. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the manager of talent acquisition at Cambridge Health Alliance. And I'm going to pass it to Michael.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael James. I'm the Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer here at CHA. My pronouns are he, him, his. And I will pass it to Kirby.
Good morning. My name is Kirby Grass. I am the manager of temp services, including the internal temp role here at Cambridge Health Alliance. And I've had the pleasure of working with SCC before. I think it was before COVID that we all got together. So good to see everyone. So I'm going to pass it over to Tara.
I'm the last one. Yeah, I'm Tara Hennessy. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the manager of learning and organizational development here at CHA. I think that's everyone.
Okay, thank you everyone for your presentation. It's a pleasure to have a Cambridge Health today. Now we have Rebet with us as a participant. Now we can start with your presentation. Thank you for coming today to speak about your organization with SCC. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having us. All right, I'm going to pull up my screen. And oops, that's not what I wanted. Ah. Can everybody see that? Perfect. So I am going to let Michael start.
All right. Thank you, Jessie. Once again, my name is Michael James, and I'm so glad to be here with you. I actually have been with CHA for going on 2 years as the inaugural Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. And I also oversee our multicultural patient service area as well. So I want to kick this off by talking a little bit about CHA and give you a background. And during this conversation, we'll also share a few really nice videos just to inform you about what CHA is made up of and who's a part of it and what our long-term plans are, and just really to give you a feel for CHA. So next slide, please. So CHA is a mission-driven integrated health system. And we serve over 500 residents in the metro Boston region. And we have 2 acute hospitals and an inpatient psychiatry campus, and then multiple community care centers, which we'll talk about a little later. And really, we specialize in providing primary care, behavioral health, and specialty care around maternity, and we have emergency and urgent care units as well. Next slide. And so when you think about what is Cambridge Health Alliance, you know, really it's based on, we're focused on health equity. And we really work to partner with the community and make sure that the entire community is as healthy as possible. And so we understand that the social determinants of health are really important in regards to housing, food, insurance, immigration status. They're all critical to our well-being and the well-being of our patients. So we focus on that. And we have the privilege to be a proud teaching hospital with several medical schools. such as Harvard Medical School, the Harvard School of Dental Medicine, the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, and the Tufts University School of Medicine. Next slide. And our primary service area is, and it's not just limited to, but our main service area is Malden, Revere, Everett, Chelsea, Winthrop, Medford, Somerville, and Cambridge. Next slide. And these are some of our locations. Next slide. And so I want to share a quick video that gives you a little more details about CHA.
People often ask, what is Cambridge Health Alliance?
CHA provides the care people need most during their lives, including award-winning primary care for more than 120,000 people across the Boston area. It's where I go to stay healthy.
CHA has community hospitals in Cambridge and Everett and top specialists who provide great care inside and out.
CHA is more than a hospital. It's a health system that supports its communities. They do things like health assessments, mental health training, and programs like the Revere Mobile Market, which gives out over 100,000 pounds of fresh food a year.
CHA understands the relationship between physical and mental health care. To meet the growing demand for care, CHA is adding 64 new behavioral health beds to better serve the people of Massachusetts.
CHA doesn't care where you come from. It just wants to help you be healthy. It has a national reputation for cultural competency and offers interpreter services for more than 500,000 visits and encounters each year.
As the only health system affiliated with Harvard Medical School, T.H. Chan Harvard School of Public Health, Harvard School of Dental Medicine, and the Tufts University School of Medicine, CHA teaches the next generation of medical professionals.
As the last public health system in Massachusetts, CHA steps in where others don't. Over half of CHA's patients rely on government-subsidized insurance. CHA's vision is to focus on equity and excellence for everyone, every time.
How do we know this?
I know because in addition to being a CHA patient, I'm also a primary care provider.
I know as chief of surgery, people's lives have been transformed by our steady hands.
I know because it's my job to elevate the voices of the community and to build programs that meet their needs.
I know because I work with hundreds of families each year, and I see how much behavioral health matters.
I know because as a CHA interpreter, good communication is important to health.
I know because as a resident physician at CHA, my training here will help me make a difference in people's lives for the rest of my career.
I know because as CEO, I'm responsible for making it happen.
You're muted, Michael.
So that was just a quick preview of what it's like to a day in the life at CHA. Next slide, please. So we have over 140 primary care patients that we serve on a daily basis, and over half of them speak a language, a primary language other than English. And so we have an interpreter service team of over 150 people who speak up to like 90 different languages. And they, as they said in the video, that we have over 500,000 encounters. And I'm very proud because I actually oversee that team. And the service that they provide, even with patient navigation in addition to interpretation, is just amazing. And we're really embedded in the community. We're partners, we collaborate with several organizations, and just we're really, when we think about it, CHA is the community. And a lot of our patients not only start at CHA, but they grow and their families come to CHA. And so we hear constant stories of people that actually have like brought their kids and their grandkids back to CHA. So it's a wonderful thing. In addition, we provide outstanding clinical care. to address major important public health issues. Next screen. So one of the things that's really interesting is when I first arrived at CHA, I started there and I was like, it was such a nice, warm welcome. And then like everyone was so passionate and so focused on mission. And I was like, okay, this is the honeymoon. And then after 6 months, and then after a year, they were still so passionate. And I was like, this is a different place. There's this undeniable passion to stay focused on our mission and support our community. And everyone that walks through the door feels a sense of respect. And I'm very proud of that, regardless of their background. And we're always trying to make sure that we're improving and learning and providing the best care possible. Next slide, please. And so this is our makeup. We're 76% people identify as female, and 51% of our staff identify as white, and 21% identify as Black. And as you can see from the rest, we are very similar to the makeup of the population that we serve in our catchment area. Next slide. And we like to have fun. So what you see on the slide right here is we do a big pride event with a lot of different activities throughout the course of the year, hosted by our Diversity Council, which I also co-chair. And then in addition to that, we have different panel discussions. This was the Women Leadership panel discussion. It was wonderful. We have yoga classes. It's a fun environment where everyone engages at different periods of time, and it's a welcoming environment. Next slide, please. And so our mission is to improve health for our patients in our communities. And our vision is equity and excellence for everyone, every time. And so that's a goal that we strive. Every encounter, we want to make sure that we're providing the best quality care possible. And we do this based on our values. And our values are to make a positive difference through community, integrity, respect, compassion, learning, and excellence. Next slide. And so we have a strategic plan, a 5-year plan that we are working towards collectively. And it starts with putting the patients first, partnering with communities to provide the best care possible in an affordable fashion. And then One CHA talks about how we come together as one organization in order to provide a level of accountability, flexibility, and make sure that we're sustaining, growing, and developing our workforce. And then innovation, making sure that we are academically sound and that we are partnering with the community to develop new innovative processes that provide better care and improve the outcomes for our patients, as well as bringing in new technology, which I will speak about in a moment. And I used to work for someone who used to say, with no margin, no mission. And so we want to make sure that we're sustaining the growth and providing the financial sustainability so that at the end of the day, we're able to provide even more care in a sustained, strong fashion. And then also, I want to just make sure that you're aware that we are growing our ambulatory services as well as our mental health services. We are a major partner with the state of Massachusetts and other entities. And that's also part of our strategic plan. Next slide. And so these are some of the innovative practices that we were talking about a moment ago. We have expanded to 69 beds in our inpatient child psychiatry unit. It's a state-of-the-art facility. If you get a chance to visit, it's amazing in Somerville. And then we also have we partner with 4 local high schools to provide a safe space for youth. And in addition to that, we just added a robotic surgery unit, which is amazing. It's called Da Vinci. And it allows us to really provide a higher level of care. Next slide.
All right, this is me.
So turn it over to Jesse.
So as I mentioned, I'm Jessie McLaughlin. I'm the manager of talent acquisition here at CHA. And I'm going to talk with you a little bit about how you come and work for this amazing organization that Michael just told you all about. So first and foremost, our career page, it is www.chacareers.org. All of our open positions are there. You can take a look at all of them, see what looks good, see what you might be a great fit for. You can apply straight through there. We offer full-time, part-time, and per diem opportunities. Per diem is when you have a job and you're not regularly scheduled. So if there's somebody who's on a vacation, you might be called to say, hey, are you available on this week? We'd really like for you to come in. So it's not set hours, and that can be really great for somebody who, you know, doesn't have time for a full-time or part-time regularly scheduled. Maybe somebody who's in school and wants to do shifts after their classes or their days off on weekends, things like that. CHA is open 24 hours per day, 7 days per week, 365 days a year. We are a hospital, so we have shifts for all of those times, day, evening, night, and weekends. Most positions do require on-site commitment, although some areas do have remote positions with approval. So most of us, especially if you're clinical, are going to be on site for your shifts, but we do offer some remote opportunities. And I'm going to turn it over to Kirby, who's going to talk about our temporary positions at CHA.
Thanks, Jesse. Once again, my name is Kirby Grass. I manage the temporary staffing services here at Cambridge Health Alliance. I've been with the Alliance for almost 10 years, and I also sit on the Diversity Council here at CHA with Michael. So we have a pretty robust internal temp pool here at CHA that I manage. So that includes medical assistants, practice medical receptionists, anything office support related. So these temporary employees are part of the CHA workforce, but they are in a non-benefited position. So they can work 40 hours a week, 20 hours a week. They're usually at a clinic for 3 to 6 months, even longer. The one good thing about the temp pool is it's the easiest way to get your foot in the door here at Cambridge Health Alliance. So if you have maybe less than 1 year experience or really don't know what your career path is going to, I would definitely suggest reaching out and applying to the CHA temp pool. I have a high percentage of my temporary employees converting to benefited positions. So it's just a really good way to get your foot in the door, to get experience, and to get exposure to the healthcare industry. So I'm going to, who's next?
It's me again. So I'm going to talk about the qualifications and our hiring process. So qualifications are based on the position that you're applying for. On our career site, all of our openings list what the minimum qualifications are for the position. So you can take a look and see what your qualifications are and see if you match what we're looking for in that role. English proficiency is required for all positions at CHA. All of our training materials are in English, as well as, chemicals and things like that. So we want to maintain a certain level of safety and just make sure that everybody's aware of what's going on and just make sure that everybody can get through their day safely. Visa sponsorships may be offered depending on the position and scheduled hours. So typically visa sponsorships are for full-time positions, and we offer different types of sponsorships depending on the roles. Once you submit an application, a recruiter will review it. If you meet the minimum qualifications for the position, your application is forwarded to the hiring manager for consideration. Typically, a recruiter will give you a call, quick phone conversation, explain a little bit about the position, hear a little bit more about you and your qualifications, what you're looking for. A lot of times you might be applying for something that might not even really end up being something that you're looking for ultimately. So our recruiters are really good at feeling everybody out and making sure that we have people in the positions that they want to be in and that's a right fit for them. Typically, the interview process will take between 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the department. Scheduling can be difficult. Everybody has busy lives. So sometimes it can be quicker than that. We love when it's quicker than that, but we got to be realistic sometimes about everybody's schedules. And once an offer is made, the onboarding process typically takes between 2 to 3 weeks. We have a pre-employment physical with our occupational health department just to make sure that you have everything that you need in order to be safe in the work environments that you're going to be in, making sure that all the paperwork for your employment's filled out, things of that nature. So that takes a little bit of time, but not too much time, which is great. Working at CHA. So CHA abides by the state and city minimum wage and living wage requirements. Of course, most of our jobs are better paying than the minimum wage, but the minimum is by state and city minimum wage requirements. Salary increases are dependent on the position. Most employees will receive an annual increase. We are a unionized hospital environment, so annual raises, if you're in a union position, do go by that contract. Typically, it's annual raises, and then our non-union employees also receive that as well. Dress code is also dependent on the position. It can be scrubs, a uniform, business casual attire. So that would be told to you upon your onboarding what your uniform or scrubs or whatever you need to wear would be. CHA provides room for growth and strives to promote internally whenever possible. I'm somebody that can attest to that. I originally applied for a front desk position in HR. I was identified as somebody who would be a better fit to be a recruitment coordinator. I've been here 6.5 years and now I'm the manager of talent acquisition. So I'm not unique either at CHA. There's plenty of me's. So it's a great place to be if you want to work to expand your career and learn a lot. It's a wonderful place to be. And then benefits are provided to employees who are scheduled to work 20 hours per week or more. If you are a permanent employee, temp pool, Kirby already explained about that. So if you are a employee of CHA, you will be benefited if you are scheduled to work 20 hours per week or more. And here's a little information about our benefits. We have generous paid time off, medical insurance for you and your domestic partner, $0 copays on prescriptions filled at CHA pharmacies, which is awesome. So if you live around the area and can go to one of the CHA pharmacies, $0 for a prescription is stellar. Dental insurance, flexible spending accounts, life insurance, retirement savings plan, long-term disability, tuition reimbursement, which is awesome. You're taking a class that is applicable to your job or you're working on a degree, you have a certain amount of money that you can use annually to help you out with that. And then our employee assistance program, which I think Tara can probably speak better about, but that's a really cool benefit as well. And then we have a number of voluntary benefits that you can elect to: term life and AD&D insurance, critical illness insurance, MetLaw legal plan, home and auto insurance, pet insurance. That's one near and dear to my heart. Subsidized MBTA passes, wellness programs, credit union, whole life insurance, short-term disability, and discount programs. I actually just got tickets to Disney World discounted by our employee assistance. So that was pretty nice. It's 5% off, which actually for Disney World is a good chunk of change. So, and I am going to turn it over to Tara to talk about employee well-being.
Yeah, so I know Jesse mentioned a few of the things that we have available. And so the first one, these are just a bunch of the different things that as a CHA employee, as long as you are a CHA employee, you have eligibility for all of these things. So things like we have what's called an employee assistance program. Jesse mentioned it, but the great thing is that they help you with everything, and it's available 24/7. If you need to call them because you're mental health crisis, or if you need to call them because you are adopting, or you want to figure out where the nearest childcare is for you, or you need help with your parents and getting some elder care. These are all things, or starting a will or talking to a lawyer. These are all things that are available as part of our EAP services. As Michael mentioned, we have free yoga and movement classes that are available every single day, which is also fun. They're all virtual too, so those you can do from your home or from one of our locations, and that's we love that. We also have some peer support. We have some peer support counselors, so if you do need that assistance. And then there's lots of other things. One things I point out is that there's a farmer. His name is Farmer Dave. He actually comes to our locations a couple times a week, and one in Somerville, one in Malden, and he will drop off fresh produce if you are part of our CSA. And there's things like in Somerville, there's lots of blue bikes you see around. We have a blue bike discount. So you can, if you want to take a blue bike to work or take it on a joyride, then you can utilize that. And that's a great way to get some fitness and exercise, which is something in well-being we love to talk about. Another thing on the mental health side of things is that we have, some people have heard of Headspace. It's an app that you can put on your phone. You can do some more meditation. I use it every single day. It is free for our employees. We also are focused on other things that we can utilize. So every quarter we do a new challenge. So we'll do a walking challenge or a nutrition challenge. We're starting to do cooking classes once a month on Thursday nights. So you can learn how to cook nutritious, like a nutritious meal, and have a little fun. So these are all things that every single employee has available to them, regardless of, as long as they are a CHA employee. Next slide. The other thing that I love to talk about, because this is near and dear to my heart, is learning and development here at CHA. We have lots of opportunities, and it all depends on where you are currently, where you're looking to go. We have things like, if you want to know about process improvement, I just learned about what's the process behind process improvement. We also have an online learning system called HealthStream, where you can take some classes. They're all on demand. We're doing things around patient experience. We have new employee orientation. If you become a manager, we're doing manager essentials. We have new manager orientation. We have lots of different educational opportunities for all different employees here at CHA. And we're always the other great thing that I love about CHA is that we always love to hear from all of our employees. So if there's something that's of interest to you, or you're hearing something, or you want something, let us know. And then we can look at developing that. We're always open for new opportunities, and it's for every single employee here at CHA. And I would be remiss without talking about our DE&I trainings as well, that we work in conjunction with Michael James. So I don't want to miss that as well, because that is fantastic. And we're just going to continue to build those as we go on. And I think I'm passing it back over to Jesse.
Kirby.
Oh, to Kirby.
So I want to talk about the well, it's not so new anymore, but over the last year, coming out of the pandemic, we were at a staffing crisis for medical assistants, not only CHA, but across the country, basically. And previously, to be hired as a medical assistant at CHA, you had to have at least 1 year experience. So a bunch of us got together and kind of brainstormed on how do we, get medical assistants in the CHA. So we lowered the requirement of a year into, we actually are recruiting medical assistant grads right out of programs like the Lincoln Tech or Bunker Hill Community College to do their externship here. It's required 160 hours of clinical work to get their degree as a medical assistant. So we kind of moved the dial a little further than that, and we created this 5-week boot camp for these newly grads in medical assisting. So they actually go into some part of the boot camp, excuse me, in classroom training, but the majority of it is actually physically in a clinic, shadowing, doing vitals, whatever, shadowing the lead medical assistant. They actually get some real hands-on training. We are the only hospital in the area that provides this type of training, and it has worked out extremely well, as you could tell by the numbers at the bottom of the screen. So a lot of these medical assistants work through the temp pool, and then they get hired into a benefited full-time position at CHA. So it's worked out well. It's given me less gray hairs because of the staffing issue for medical assistants. So if any of your clients have gone through a local medical assistant program and they're struggling to find employment, I would suggest them to reach out to me. So I think the next slide.
And then on the heels of that, we also had a little bit of a nursing hiring crisis within the past year. A lot of nurses are at retirement age, and a lot of hospitals in the area don't necessarily want to pick up a new grad from a nursing program and train them. So we really had just a minimal nurses for a time. So what we did is we developed a new grad nurse residency program. And in order to make this more accessible, we lowered our requirements. We were only accepting BSN applicants. Now we have lowered our requirements for all nurses at diploma or associate's level. Our new grad nurse residency is for associate or BSN new grads within the past year. The program provides coordinated, systematic approach to onboarding, orienting, and transitioning new graduate nurses into clinical practice. So a portion of this program is obviously on the units, clinical experience with one-on-one preceptors to make sure that they are learning and understanding and being more comfortable with their nursing practice, because a lot of new grads are nervous to just jump in, and we want to do a little bit of hand holding and make sure that everybody's comfortable and learning at their own rate. And then the other portion of the program is classroom aspect, which isn't, just more of what you learned in nursing school. There's a specialized nurse educator for this program who really makes it fresh and puts a different perspective on nursing practice. I know that they were talking at one of their classes about social media and nursing. Those are two topics that I would never think would go together. But they did a really cool presentation and projects about that. So it's really an awesome program that we developed. We started it in 2019. We've had 10 successful cohorts with over 100 new graduate nurses hired. We also have a new grad retention bonus that if you want to stay on, the program itself takes 1 year. And if you want to stay on and work as a nurse for CHA for 2 additional years, you get a $10,000 bonus at the end for staying with us. So that's really awesome. And you'll want to stay with us. That's part of it. So it's just an added bonus of compensation. So yeah, so that's something that I'm really excited about. That's been going great. You can come in to most of our areas, med surg, ICU, labor and delivery, maternity, psych. So we do offer opportunities depending on what your area of interest is. And then I think I'm turning this back to Michael.
Thank you. Hey, so I love that part about the $10,000 bonus.
Bonuses are good.
and there's only one, Jesse. So community health improvement is an area that's dear to our hearts. And we have over 75 people out in the communities providing health education access during the pandemic. They were doing vaccination clinics. I mean, they're partnering with the local churches and community groups and just really trying to raise the bar for everyone's health. And I think it's an area that CHA is well known for, and it's our way that we support the communities. And I think that if you were to come join CHA, there are opportunities not only to work in that area, but also volunteer and bring other communities into the fold so that they're improving their healthcare. They also have homeless programs that they've supported for over 30 years. And I will tell you, there's also HIV prevention services and sexual health and reproduction support. So there's a lot of really good things within community health improvement that we would love for you to get involved in. So next slide. And this just speaks to some of the things I was just mentioning around community health improvement. Especially, they also have a whole contingent around supporting youth. So they partner with several schools to really provide education for youth. They just brought a whole contingent of youth to CHA to actually tour operating rooms and to see what it's like to be in the medical field and have a hands-on experience. So it's great. A lot of really good stuff is going on within CHA. Next slide. So one more video, because it's sort of like everyone has a catchphrase, a brand, employment brand, but like ours is believing where you work. And I would add to that and say, it's not just about believing in where you work, but also like having your work, having your colleagues believe in you too. And I feel very strong about that because I have worked in a lot of organizations, and I feel like CHA supports me in ways that other organizations did not. And I believe they do believe in me. And I want you to see this video that's brief, but really captures it.
I believe in CHA because of our mission to serve the community around us, and also because of the team that's here doing it all together.
I believe in CHA because of the respect they give to their people.
Because of the care that we provide to all patients.
Because of the employees.
Because CHA has a heart for the community.
Because I see we help everybody here.
I believe in CHA because of the mission.
Because I feel respected.
Because they are very inclusive and we have a very supportive work environment, and I feel empowered.
I believe in CHA because we go the extra mile for our patients. We will go above and beyond for you and get you the care that you need no matter what we have to do.
I believe in CHA because of the growth and because of the diversity. And it doesn't matter where you come from, CHA is the place to come.
I believe in CHA because this is the place where patients go where they can't get care anywhere else. Our employees and colleagues are here day in and day out, providing care, providing services like no one else. This is an organization of mission, and that's why I believe in CHA.
So I hope that that was really informative. We obviously all love where we work. We love our coworkers. These people are my friends. I mean, it's just a feel good place to be. And you know, we hope that other people want to come and join us and feel as good as we do. So we're happy to open it up to any questions that anybody might have.
I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, so I have a participant. He's now he likes to work with people, just like he has an art for just a great conversation type of person. And he's like, I want to apply for CHA, but he cannot do weekends. Is that a thing you could accommodate, like those kind of situations? Can you accommodate like no working weekends, but you could work Monday to Friday?
Yeah, most of our clinics, well, some of our clinics don't work on weekends. A lot of our inpatient positions do require every other weekend just because inpatients open all the time. But we do have plenty of positions that are, you know, patient facing, people facing, that don't require a weekend.
Okay, okay. And also your office positions, are there any office positions out there right now?
Plenty. Are you speaking about like administrative work and yeah, we have plenty of practice medical receptionist positions, both in the temp pool and permanent positions.
Awesome.
And then plenty of other administrative work opportunities that we have available. There's a section on our website that you can go by category for your job. So if you're looking for administrative or clerical, you can click on that and it'll give you every opening that we have currently. And it'll also tell you the shifts on there too when you open it up. So it'll tell you whether it requires weekends or what the, you know, the time frame is, whether it's 8:30 to 5 or, you know, an evening shift or a night or whatever that may be.
Thank you.
No problem.
Jesse, could you take down the presentation so we could see each other?
Of course.
Yes. So you have a lot of community members, I believe, that are involved in your organization. And what are some of the things, the biggest issues that come up that we might be able to answer or address? Anything?
What I've noticed on my participant list is it's the vaccination situation. Do we have to be vaccinated to work for the hospitals? And most of the hospitals are saying, yes, you do. And that's understandable. And so I just feel bad because there's a lot of people with great experiences, but they just don't believe in the vaccination and they can't get the jobs that they deserve. So it's been really hard in trying to not only have them understand that, but just like, no, like, all right, well, these are their protocols. This is what they want for their hospitals. And, you know, unfortunately, you don't agree with them. So we got to keep on searching. But is there any let up on that conversation, or it's like sold for that?
So I'll take the lead on responding and everybody else can weigh in. So we require vaccinations around flu and COVID vaccination in order to keep our patients safe. The worst thing you want to do is you have really great people that are working in the environment, and then someone comes in to have to get care and they go home sicker than when they came in. And so we require that everybody that's dealing with, everybody that works for us, get vaccinated in order to not add to some of the health problems. And we do have a review board that goes case by case so that someone can basically go and make a request for accommodation around the vaccination. But so, and we make sure that that's a diverse board of people. It's not so that there's representation to hear. And I think they do a fair job. But the reality is it's really about keeping our patients and community and each other safe.
Absolutely.
And I have a lot of family members at one point that didn't want the vaccine to do the vaccine. And then later on, they came to the realization that, you know, it was important, even if they didn't believe in it, they didn't want to do any harm. And so, you know, I'm not here to judge anybody,
That's right.
but it is a standard that all hospitals are requiring.
A lot of companies and not even hospitals are like, you need to be vaccinated. And it's not even just like you only have one shot, you know. My son, and he's kicked himself in the tail for this, but he's only gotten the first shot and didn't go in for the second shot. And he had a great opportunity to work with a company, but they were like, if you're not having the full vaccination, obviously you cannot get this job. So he wasn't able to get this job, and it's a very disappointing thing for him. But even more is, if he went to get the shot, he would have to have it, they said they would want it in more than 30 days. So there wasn't even a thing that he go get the shot and then get hired. You have to have it in your system longer than 30 days now. So it's one of those learning things.
And I can't
understand.
speak about what's going on in another organization, but from a personal standpoint, I've lost family members, and it hurts, and we have heard a few times, many times, patients who are in their final stages, wishing that they had approached the matter differently. But this is not supposed to be a sad event. This is supposed to be
it's
a
learning.
conversation about job
Yeah, you gotta learn.
opportunities.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's true, very true. But I feel like the people need to learn and understand that, like,
Yeah.
these are the things that we need to have happen. And unfortunately, like employment, it may stop you because you don't have this.
But
So
I will tell you something that I'm very proud of CHA for. Remember, I talked about community health. They were going out to the communities and talking and engaging and educating. And they partnered in a way I've never seen another organization do. So it was really nice to see folks putting their money where their mouth is versus just saying, we do this, but then no, they were actually showing up. And we had one leader, one leader, she had a community health worker that worked for her, who was responsible for connecting the community on the weekends, but she would go and drive her to her job so that she could provide that support and then come pick her up after work. So that's CHA.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
So what else can we answer for you?
Yeah, sure. Olson, Wilbur, do you have any questions? Oh, you're on mute, Olson.
Yeah, I appreciate you. No, I'm okay. Thank you. I have one question. Sometimes we have because I'm working with Spanish population and Asian population as coach, but sometimes they have a good experience, but they don't speak fluently English. If I find some participant and they want to apply for some job, it's possible to have some people to translate for them, because sometimes I apply for them, but they can't make an interview. Or if what are you doing if you find some people have a good experience, good resume, but can't speak very friendly English?
So go ahead, Jesse.
So at this time, we're only accepting candidates with English language proficiency. So it's something that we're working on, but it's all of our, as I mentioned, all of our training materials in English at this point. So we do need to make sure that, you know, we're maintaining certain protocols with the way that we have been doing things, but we are looking into other opportunities in order to expand our
So,
net.
so in addition to that, one of the things we're doing is we're pursuing funding to try and provide partnerships around ESL so that we can help support the community members. Because a lot of times, not only do we have the challenge of folks that may not have a strong English proficiency, but we have employees who have excellent skills, like the best skills, but they don't have a strong command of strong linguistic skills in English, and therefore they're only able to reach so high in their careers. And so we're trying to actually put together some programs to even enhance our workforce. It requires resources, but that's an effort that we are really focused on. And so the current state is that we have to keep everyone safe, and they have to be able to read the labels and understand it and be proficient in English so that they don't harm themselves or our patients. But we are looking into ways that we can partner and help develop the linguistic skills so that we could open up greater opportunities. So more to come, and we would love to just keep that dialogue going, because a lot of times you may know other organizations that are good partners for us as well. But that is part of our diversity strategy.
I have a question also, actually three.
Three? You only get one, I'm sorry.
So the visa sponsorship, I think that's really awesome. A lot of companies don't have that. And I actually have some participants that may be able to use that. So I will hopefully. Now, when do we have our participants getting ready to apply, should we reach out to you guys first, or should they go through the normal process of applying?
So I would say that the best way to do this would be for the candidate to apply, and then you can reach out to us directly so we can give them a little bit of special attention.
Sure.
You know, we do get a lot of applications every day, but we do want to foster this relationship and make sure that, you know, we are helping out those in the community. And, you know, maybe sometimes we don't even realize, you know, that somebody is qualified from their application. So doing that extra due diligence to talk with you is very helpful for us to understand, because sometimes an application doesn't tell you everything that you need to know. So I would say absolutely submit the application, and then you can reach out to me directly. If there's questions about visa sponsorships, I have somebody on my team who is an immigration guru. She knows everything that you could ever want to know about what's eligible and what needs to happen. So yeah, you can reach out to me for anything.
Okay, great. And another thing, I'm not sure if my manager reached out to you about our job fair that's coming up in May. So did you hear?
I believe, is that the one at the Armory?
Yes.
Yep, we will be there. Yep.
Yay. Okay.
Yep.
So that might be a little question. So thank you. Olsen?
Yeah, I'm mute.
Okay, I don't have more. I don't know if Wilbert have a question, or if everyone.
I have a question, but I don't know if you can guys help me with that, please.
We can try.
You know, my question is, I want to know for the nurse position, do you guys hiring for the, like, you know, when you cleaning for housekeeping, do you guys hiring for that too also?
Oh yeah, we have plenty of housekeeping positions available in all of our locations.
Oh, how you know my first time telling I'm doing that. How it is work? It is you have to get your own schedule, or they're gonna give you the schedule.
They typically will let you know what the schedule is, but they will work around, you know, what your opening is. So on our job postings, it'll tell you if it's day shift, if it's evening or night shift, and you can apply for what, you know, what shift you're interested in mostly. And then, you know, if you say, I really have difficulties on Tuesday because I have childcare or something like that, they really do try and work around you to make sure that the schedule is something that can accommodate you.
Okay. I have two more questions. The second question is, you have to speak for the cleaning, for the housekeeping. You have to speak English also.
English language proficiency. I mean, basic reading and communication, but you know, it doesn't need to be writing a novel.
So,
okay. Do you guys hiring for like you know my English not good. You know hiring, do you guys hiring for I always ask that for the child, not childcare, wheelchair people. Like if someone don't want to can walk, they sit down on the wheelchair and they push them.
Yep.
Are you guys hiring for that too?
Yes, we call those transporters. So
exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So we have those available as well. So yep, we're always looking for people to help those that need them to get to their appointments and such.
Okay.
And
You guys hire for full time or part time?
All sorts of shifts. Yep.
Okay.
And that area reports up to me. So yeah, if you have an interest, you know, you should look at the open positions and apply, but I also suggest that you partner with Athena and Olson to get some guidance so that you represent yourself in a strong way. But now you have a connection. You now know us. Okay, so we can't guarantee you a job, but you would definitely get a look. Someone would talk to you, engage you. But, you know, it is really about, if you want that job, you have to do what you can to prepare for it and then follow through, because sometimes the process might not go as fast as you would like, but I will tell you, there are really good jobs at CHA and really good people. The transport department, it's a really good community, and they stay in those jobs a long time. So and if you speak more than one language, it actually puts you at an advantage. So you know, I deal with the team all the time, and yeah,
they talk about that position a lot. I said, let me try to see if I can apply for me or for my husband, because you know he don't speak very English.
Okay.
That's why I want to know if he can apply for the, like, she's like I forgot her name.
Transporter.
So here's what I will do for you.
Like Jessica said earlier, transportation.
Yeah.
Is that for the wheelchair thing?
Okay. Transport.
Yes, yes.
So I will make sure you have my contacts. I will leave it in the chat, or maybe you could get it from Olson and Athena. And although they don't work directly for me, I oversee their supervisors. And so if you want to have a conversation with one of the supervisors, I can help, Jesse can help, we could help set something up. But you know, like I said, you need to go into that conversation being clear about what you're trying to accomplish, and be patient, because sometimes there's a lot of openings and sometimes there's very few. But I tell you that once you get in CHA, it's worth your while.
Okay. How much did you guys pay for that position?
So Jesse mentioned earlier, we pay the current rate. It's a competitive rate. I don't want to sit here and tell you that position pays $1 million and then I find out it only pays $500,000. So it's along the lines of, it's a competitive rate. Jesse, do you know the range for that role? Because I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say it wrong.
Let me take a look. Hold on. And I do want to say, while I'm looking this up, that touching on what Michael said, that, you know, sometimes if you look today and there's not a job that you are 100% invested in, and the hours or the shift might not work for you, tomorrow there could be one. Things change all the time. We add new ones, people transfer, people leave. So, you know, things change all the time. So even if you look today and what you want isn't there, try again. Don't be disappointed or count us out, because it'll be there at some point.
Yeah. And Kirby mentioned that he has temp positions that often turn into regular roles as well. So there's other avenues to get into CHA.
But can I get the application? How can I get the application to apply for that position?
I can put our career website in the chat for you. Let me I'm pulling up the range still. I have 3 bazillion things open. So, and then I'll put it in the chat for you.
Thank you. I always love that position, the wheelchair position. I always like it for my husband, because sometimes he told me to look for another job for him, but I just told him I'm gonna ask for more information about that.
Yeah.
If he want that the cleaning position or the wheelchair position, he told me anything I find, you can get it for him.
So for transporters, it's typically starting about $17 an hour, a little bit more. And then depending on your experience, it can be a little bit of an increase. So we make sure to pay people based on their experience in the role and making sure that they're compensated fairly.
Okay, but he has car. Well, if you have car, they're gonna send him far away, or they're gonna send him.
It's wherever you want to apply to. So if you apply for the Cambridge Hospital, or if you apply for the Somerville Hospital, that's where you would be.
Okay.
Or the Everett Hospital, whatever works.
Okay, thank you.
And I see that Tara put the career site in the chat for you. So if you can click on that, and that has all of our openings.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, and in the name of SCC, I say thank you for coming today. I don't know if you have any word to say, but thank you for the presentation. It's very good presentation. Thank you for.
Thank you very
so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great information that you gave us. So yeah, definitely. We'll be calling you to send people over.
We love to hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.